Hello, it's Celestia and welcome to A Crafter's Story. I have far too much paper. I'm struggling to just really get rid of, or use up, let me rather say, all my scrap pieces of paper. And so today I thought, well, you know what? I think what I'll do is just make a bunch of collage pieces and just see how many pieces of collage papers I can make, whether I like them or don't like them, doesn't matter. I'm just going to put them down, and maybe later I can use them, cut them up and make them into tags or little mini envelopes or something. So I am taking a lot of scrap pieces that I have been saving and not really knowing what to do with, and I'm just going to randomly put them down. And this is everything. I mean, this is from this turmeric dyed to a really torn up piece of a doily, maybe just some writing paper. Here is a tea bag. No idea. No idea. Oh, that's the problem. Half the stuff I think, where in the world, where does this come from? Some of it I don't even remember because it's been lying around for so long. And so I just feel like I need to intentionally use up these pieces of paper, because I know myself, I know I'm not going to throw it out, because I'm a paper hoarder. Self-proclaimed paper hoarder. I know I am, and I struggle to throw anything out that because I always think I'm going to be able to use it at some point. And so I have this shoe boxes and shoe boxes full of little bits and pieces, and it's kind of nuts, because I know, unless I do something like this, that I'm probably not going to be able to use it all up. And so I just have to kind of get out of my head, get some paper down, make some collage pieces, and then just see where it takes me. And and maybe some of these, I've made 2 already this morning. One was a complete disaster. The other one is not bad. I don't mind it at all. I kind of like it. And that one I will probably be able to use. The one that's a disaster, I'm going to not give up on it. I think I can fix it. So I am just going to not really think too much. I'm trying to work quickly so that I can't think, because the minute I start thinking, I start second guessing my placement of paper, and that's when disaster strikes. Every time. So let's see how this, let's put it all down. Oh, probably not enough glue down. Where is it? Here it is. Probably not enough glue there. Let's get that down. Okay, there we go. Now we have enough glue down. And maybe I didn't cover the entire sheet, and that's okay. This is super, super just everywhere and nowhere. And let's see if I can, there we go. All right, so now I think what I can do is, I've been experimenting a little bit with this clear glue, And because I can just put them pretty much everywhere, like the Elmers, and it will dry clear. It's a clear Elmer's basically, but it's the El Cheapo one that I got from the dollar store, but it works fine. Now, going to put down a little bit. This is an acrylic gesso, but I've watered it down quite a bit. And I'm going to put it just kind of here, there, and everywhere. And cover some of these spots. And what I find happens with this is that when it dries, it almost crackles. I'll show you. This is one I did just earlier, and do you see how it just crackles here? I really like that. Now this one, I'm so sorry, excuse me please. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. This one is not finished, but I'm waiting for it to dry. But I love how it crackled as the glue dried. So I'm trying it again on this one. We'll see how that's, I think it's already kind of doing its thing down here. So let's add a little bit of color, just a little bit of color, a little bit of, where did that glue go? Here it is. And a little bit more of that clear glue. And up there, we'll just spread it kind of in places where I think there's a bit too much white space. And I really like this sort of skin color, peachy, pinky, whatnot color. Maybe we can put a little bit, don't squirt too much, please don't squirt too much. Oh, come on. There we go. Yeah, a little bit too much, it's okay. A little bit here, a little bit there, plonky, plonky, plonky. All right, let's put a bit of glue in the middle of that, like that. That will actually look quite nice. So I'm going to see if, leave it now. What I tried earlier, and I think worked quite nicely, was I just took a piece of magazine paper and I put it down in places where there was a lot of paint, and then pick it up. Maybe there's a little bit too much here. And pick that up. It adds some texture. Maybe we come down in the middle here. There you go. Okay, so I'm going to, oh, I think there's a little bit too much yellow here. Let's just pick some of that up. There we go. So I'm going to leave this to dry for a little, and we'll come back and carry on adding to it. All right, I'll be back. Hi, you guys, so I'm back. I spent about an hour just with my heat gun. I left it, then a heat gun and left it, and I finally got this to dry. It took a minute, but and you know, if I was doing this on my own, I would just probably have left it overnight to dry on its own. But I think now that we're at the stage, I'm going to take a little bit of my red ink and dabber and just add, I think, in places where there's a lot of blank, in my mind, blank space. Add a little bit of interest, maybe just with a stencil. There you go. I think that looks nice. Let's put a little bit of that same sort of square look down here on this yellow. I think that'll look nice. Yep, I like that. It looks good. Okay, so maybe we go a little dotty, but maybe not with the red. Maybe let's do a little bit with the brown. And I know I had a dopper here somewhere. Oh, there it is. I found it. It can hide, but I'll find it. All right, let's put a little bit of the darker brown, like a walnut darker brown up here. I'm having to really kind of squish it a little bit to get it down. I did put extra ink on here, but see, how's that look? Oh, look, it's the dotty with the dotty. We'll put some more dotties down here. Okay, that's nice. What else is on here? Maybe we can break up some of the dots, maybe with a red, right? Over here, like that. Otherwise it's a bit too dotty, one next to the other. Okay, I think that looks good. Should we try something a little different? Let's try some of this sort of a chevron look. I'll go with a brown. You'll notice, guys, I'm really not thinking what I'm doing. I'm really just going for it. There is no, I don't want to think. I don't want this to be, oh, that's nice. I don't want to really think. I just don't want to think. I think all day long when I'm, I do a lot of writing, and that's when I do all my thinking, and I don't want to think when I'm doing this, but I just want to do it. So let's see, what else do we have? I'm just grabbing all the stencils. I've got it on the chair behind me, and I'm just grabbing whatever I've got, pulling it out and throwing it down, and whatever comes out, comes out. Because at the end of the day, oops, I should be a little, maybe I shouldn't be a little not so rough with this one. Maybe use that red again, and I'm just using the 2 color stamps, stamp colors. That has completely changed the look of this collage, you guys. Those few stamp elements has completely changed what this looked like before we started with the stencils, and I'm going to leave it there as far as stencils are concerned. I'm going to come in, I think, just with some of my paint pens, and I have a nice little gold here. And what can we do with the gold? Maybe I'll come down here and just put a couple little gold dots. Maybe I'll put a stripe in the middle of some of these, just in the one direction. We put a dot in the middle of this larger one here. Okay, put that away. Brown probably won't look nice. Let's see, maybe I can just do a round shape there. Another round shape. There you go. Like that, just cause I can. Just cause I wanna. And I can. There you go, maybe one over here in a spot. All right, so I think, what else can we do? Or should we leave it there? Maybe with this black pen I can just do a sort of little dotty spot there. Couple little random little lines over there. Let's pretend that we're writing a letter. Not really, but we kind of pretend that we've written a letter. What did we write? We said, well, we had a great crafting session, and thank you so much, Celeste. There we go. Just like that. I wrote myself a message. All right, so I think that's where I'm going to leave that. I have a little bit of, these are little, what we call sticklers. It's a little bit of gold. So I'll put a bit of bling, little bling there, maybe in the middle of the little 2 flowers, because I'm going to cut this up. Oh, it's getting to the end of it. I'm going to cut this up later, and I'm going to use it as pieces. That's probably enough. And then, because I don't want dots, I want just scatterings, just scatterings of gold. Going to rub it in just like that. Where's another one? There's another one. Oh, there's another one. Did I miss one? Miss one, miss one, miss one. No, I didn't miss one. There we go, just scatterings of gold. So I'm going to go away for 2 minutes while I let this dry, and then we're going to cut it out. See you in a bit. Okay, so the sticklers are pretty much dry, I would say. I'm going to move all my goodies to the side, and now I just have to get underneath here. Maybe I should get underneath here and release my paper from this this cutting board, or this plastic sheet board that I have underneath. Oh, I don't want to break it. Let me get... Oh, drop the scissors. It's okay. It's just a scissors. Let's see if I can get this without breaking it. There we go. It's a little spatula goodie that I've got. I'm going to get this loose. Oh, it's okay. Broken places, but it's... let's see if I can get this. There you go. There it is. It's a little wet underneath, but I think I can start cutting. I'll pick up that scissors that I dropped, and I'll use the printer paper that I use as my base and just cut it to that size, because then I have a nice sort of 8.5 by 11 sort of A4 size piece of this paper collage piece that we made together. You guys, the whole point of this for me is to use up my little bits and pieces that I've got, so that I'm not throwing anything away, I'm not being wasteful, but I'm creatively using what I have and what I've been saving to make pieces for upcoming journals, or maybe greeting cards that I'm going to make down the line, whatever it may be. The idea is just to have this master board, which honestly I adore. I really like how this turned out. I'm going to cut it up, I think, into little where's my ruler? I think what I'd like to do is make this, and I'm going to have to put another sheet on here to strengthen it, and so probably something like the thickness of watercolor paper. That nice thick 140-pound paper would be nice. For now though, I'm just going to cut this up so you can see what it looks like when it is divided up. And so we have 11 by 8.5, so if it was 12 it would be 4, but we don't have 4, so let's just do 1, 2, 3. We'll just do it in, we'll do a 3, 3 and a 4. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3. Cut this loose. I think this is still wet, so I hope it doesn't tear on me. I think I got lucky. No, I think I got lucky. Hoo-wee. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. My math off. My math is way off. 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we can do 3 3s and a 2. That's okay. My math was off, guys. But that's nothing new. All right, let's do a 4 and a 3. A 4 and a 4. No, we do a 4 and a 4. Let's do a 4 and a 4. That'll work. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. That'll work. Okay. So now I think what we can do is cut each of these in half. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and just over a half. I'm going to just do 4 1/4, because that will give me, so each of these is going to look completely different, and when I use them in the journals, they are going to be anything from a corner pocket to the front of a notebook to whatever they become. I have no place for them yet, but that's okay. It just means that I have them ready for when I do want to use them. And I didn't throw any of my scrap papers away because I was able to use them up like this. Probably, like I said earlier, I'm going to have to put something at the back because it's a little flimsy. So I'm going to put a little bit of something, maybe the watercolor paper, maybe a thicker board at the back, just give it a bit of sturdiness. But as you can see, they turned out beautifully. I think that's upside down, not that it really matters. They turned out beautifully, you guys. I'm really happy with this. And it's just something that I didn't have to think very hard to do, and it was a lot of fun. So I hope I inspired you to go and pull out all those bits and pieces of paper that you have lying around and just put them down on a base, collage on them, stamp on them, paint on them, stencil on them, stick some glitter down on them, whatever it is that you have at hand, and it'll be beautiful. All right, you guys. Well, thank you so much for visiting with me. I really enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.